don't know if people can hear the clapping. The clapping and the cheering. That's for our NHS staff. From the city below. They're not all congregated together. It's people leaning out of windows and all that sort of thing. I'd completely forgotten until I just heard the clapping. I feel like I should be clapping with them, but it's stopped now. But yeah, so all across the UK, and there's even fireworks going off. I've just seen a firework go up. All across the UK, people are clapping for the NHS staff at 8 p.m. So that was really nice. And what a nice way to start the broadcast. If you didn't catch that, then I can still see fireworks going off, which is amazing. Do rewind it back and you'll hear the clapping and cheering. And that's, you know, I'm up high. That's from different windows and things out there. Anyway, hello everyone. So let's switch. No, not switch. I'm all discombobulated now. What am I doing? I'm trying to find the live on my laptop. Your channel, that's what I need. There we go. I'm in. And wow, there's 39 of you here. I missed that. I was thinking about the other day. So, wow, you've all been chatting away. So I'll just do a collective hello because, as you know, we have just an hour to do Throwback Thursday. And Becca is going to be going live after this as well. So, yeah, so that's on Becca Talks and Tarot straight after. So, but I'm here for the next hour to do Throwback Thursday. And you'll see from the title that the winner this week was the Linestrider Tarot, which means the Napo Tarot, which has had 2 goes now, didn't make the grade. So back on the shelf for Napo Tarot, which means at the end of tonight we have 2 brand new decks that you can vote on for next Thursday's Throwback Thursday. So, with 69% of the vote, we're going to be looking at the Linestrider Tarot by Shiloh. I think it's Shiloh. I think that's how you say her name. Shiloh Thompson. An amazing artist. And I've got also, I haven't got the herb. There is a herb oracle, isn't there? I forget what it's called now. I don't have that because I'm not really into botanicals and herbs, but I do have the Otherkin Tarot, which came out last year, which I absolutely love as well. Don't know if you can hear the fireworks. How amazing to light fireworks for our NHS staff. So, anyway, the version that I've got, because I've had this for a lot of years, is the NAF tuck box. This was the one that was released in 2016. If you are to order it now, and it is available on Amazon for about £20, obviously there's a wait now for it. You get the new Llewellyn box, which has the magnetic closure, with the ribbon, and a colour book. The book that I have is, it's still the same, you know, same book, but it is black and white. It's got the black and white images. Now you get the glossier pages and the colour. The problem is, of course, can you hear the fireworks? The problem is, of course, they compromised on their cardstock, as we know with Llewellyn. So this one is a nice, thick, chunky, amazing cardstock, whereas they're flimsy now because they upgraded their box and book. I think it's really special. And I'm getting distracted. What I hate about this box, and this is going in the bin tonight, is this insert. It's fully enclosed so nothing drops in, but when the cards are on the inside, the bottom card you can't get out. I have to get a knife, a really sharp knife, and prise it out. So the new one has a patterned kind of insert, has the ribbon so it lifts out. So this I'm not even going to bother with because I'm going to end up damaging the cards. I'm going to put them in a bag, put them with the book, and then pop them back in here. I was tempted to buy the new version just so I get a colour book and the nice box so I can sling all this. And then keep, it's a bit like the Hidden Realms that I got. I put the old cards in with the new set and it made like a perfect set. Because I do like this deck enough to do that. And then I could gift the cards to somebody with a black and white book or whatever. I might do that. There is also a mini version coming out in June of this year. Linestrider Mini will be out in June. And I saw the Hermit's Cave flash up. So why are there fireworks going off? So at 8 p.m. tonight, there was an applause. So if you rewind this video right back to the beginning, you'll hear the bells chiming 8 o'clock and you'll hear people clapping and cheering. And it was a show of appreciation across the whole of the United Kingdom for our NHS staff and the amazing work that they're doing for people who are suffering with coronavirus. So I didn't know there was going to light fireworks off, but that's absolutely wonderful. So that's why Sandra said it's really lovely that everyone has done this, and even fireworks. I know. Those ribbons are essential. They are in a design like that because they are damaging the cards. Is the Linestrider Mini going to be in a tin? No, I don't think so, because the tins are usually US games, and this is Llewellyn. This is a Llewellyn product. And I look to see, and the image just looks like it's a mini version. A bit like there's a mini version out anytime now of the Radiant Wise Spirit, and that's not in a tin either. So yeah. There is a huge difference in quality between the old and the new edition of the cards. Is there? Yes. So the cards are a lot thinner now in the, like all Llewellyn decks. This is one of the older ones when we had the big flimsy tuck box. Any other questions? I'm looking for capitals or yeah, no. So I'll press on. So Linestrider basically is reference to, for those of you that don't know, it's the Linestrider are those people who walk between worlds or between realities or between mindsets. So the seen and the unseen, the conscious and the unconscious. So that's what's the theme of the Linestrider Tarot. It does build on concepts of the RWS system. However, depending on how you look at it, it could look like it's stripped back because it is quite a minimalist deck. But in some ways it's added to as well, if that makes sense. So it's stripped back, but you do get a lot of the symbols that you're used to seeing with an RWS. Here's the helicopter that comes around every night to check that everybody's off the streets. They're doing the job. I appreciate them, but I might have to go and close my window because it gets really loud because it does come right outside the window as well. I'm going to close the window. Bear with. Sorry about the disturbances, guys. Simon, I have the older version, so I just put mine in a bag and got the app online. Yes, and there is an app. It's $3.99 on, if you've got, I don't know about other, I use Apple, so it's App Store. But if I just show you a screenshot, so you get nice close-up images of the cards on your iPad, etc. So you can really look at the detail. That's actually a bit dark for you to see. So let me turn the contrast down a bit. There you go. So you can really see the detail of the card with the app, which is always good. So let's open the chat again, back to where we was. So yeah, so there's an app version, there's a mini version coming out in June. And like I say, if you want to buy the deck, it's around £25 usually. At the moment it's discounted to about 19, but that changes day to day. So it'll be somewhere between £19 and £25, but it's a nice set. And as I say, I think I might actually get it so I could have the nice box and book and everything else, because it is a deck that I really do like. So as I said, let's talk about the box first then. So the box, it is one of the flimsy ones, much better now. You get the usual solid, sturdy box. You get artwork of the cards all over it, which is really, really nice. And on the back, it says, dance between worlds to find the answers you seek. Spun with soft strokes of vibrant colour and intricate detail, the Linestrider Tarot features gentle yet evocative images that dance on the edge between magic and logic. With grace and innovation, Shiloh Thompson's captivating minimalist art will enhance your readings in powerful and profound ways. Line striding is about walking in two worlds, one foot in each to discover guidance. Drawing inspiration from the edge while still moving forward on the Fool's Journey, this Rider-Waite-Smith-based deck helps uncover the answers you seek about health, love, career, and much more. So, and there's some beautiful images in this deck. It's just a shame about that box, but never mind. So the book, it's 274 pages. It's a real must, in my opinion. And I'm glad I've got this anyway, because if I do get the mini, I hope they don't skimp on the book, but I'm not sure how they'll condense all this down, because it's a brilliant book for explaining why the drawings are drawn in the way they are, explaining the detail, which sometimes can be quite hard to spot at first. She does a brilliant correspondence section. So let's just stop at one. So we'll stop at the Hermit, being as I've opened there. So we've got the Hermit card. You get your keywords: solitude, self-awareness, study, soul-searching, patience, withdrawal, reluctant leadership. And then you get what the card is about. So the Hermit's card speaks of introspection, inward focus. And then in a reading, she talks about how it appears in the reading. And sometimes she'll talk about where in a spread the card lies might have different meanings. So it will say when next to, a court card, for example, or when in a future position. And then she talks a little bit about the drawing and what she's done. Also about reversed, but then the correspondences at the end, we have the astrological, numerological, and associated planets. So astrology is Virgo and Aquarius. The number is number 9. Oh, I feel like John Lennon. Number 9. Associated plants is chamomile, licorice, and sage. Who knew that? And I suppose then this works well with her herb oracle deck, doesn't it? Like I said, I don't have that, but I do have Otherkin, which I really, really enjoy. So in the book, you get about the deck, handling the deck, and then it goes straight into the cards, which I really like. So by page 21, you're into the cards, and there's lots of information in here, which is, like I say, I think it's pretty essential for, you look at some cards and you think, I wonder why she's depicted it like that. And when you read it, it will tell you. In particular, what was the card I was looking at? Because I've worked with this for the last couple of days. There was one in particular, I think it's the Hierophant that has all the 3s hidden in it. Yes, so we'll look at that when we come to it. So nice book, and again, if you're buying it now, you will get the colour version that's available. Sorry I'm late, but the mouse dude was outside. The mouse dude? Welcome, Claire. You know how to make an entrance. What mouse dude? The Hedgewitch Botanical is the Oracle deck. Hedgewitch Botanical. So that's good to know. Thank you, Sandra. Any other questions before we move on? So as I said, the deck really works on the concept of line striding and also between the seen and unseen and the two worlds. And I really like that because when you see an image like the Fool, I like the fact that it's kind of, it gives that impression of only half here. Do you know what I mean? There's lots of white space. It's not like that on every card, but in a lot of them. And it kind of gives that illusion of being between two worlds. So I thought that was really nice. It's a deck that has balance between humans and animals as well. And, you know, Shiloh Thompson is somebody who's always drawn animals. That's why we've got like the other Kin Tarot. But what I like about this deck is the animals are really empowered and they come across as brave and courageous and heroic. And the humans almost seem a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more wistful, a little bit more dreamy, a bit more fantasy. So there's a nice balance there. Oh, I love the plant associations in Linestrider, says Marcia. House mice love my home. Oh. And hi, Selkie. So yeah, and you know, in folklore, there is that knowledge of those two worlds, you know, that line striding and, you know, Hedgewitch, what Sandra was talking about. Hedgewitch is also somebody who walks between worlds. So there's that correlation there with all her work. And they in folklore, as I say, there's this veil between the seen and the unseen. The cards are kind of quite small, really. If I compare it with a US Games type one, I mean, they're pretty standard Llewellyn or Lo Scarabeo. That's not really a good way to show it with white on white, is it? I'll show the backs. So they're a little bit shorter and a little bit narrower, but they're a nice size to have in the hand. The backs are really interesting. It's like these think blocks, but it's like a mirror image. So it is fully reversible, and it's got these lovely watery tones with little greys as well. And don't analyze me, anybody, but yeah, I see like the horned god. I don't know why. I see like almost like Canunos or even Baphomet. I don't know if anybody else could see it. The horns and the long sort of, what do they call that? Not a snout. I suppose it is a snout. And the eyes. But yeah, when I look at it, I kind of see like a horned god. Oh, the backs are blue. Yes, the backs are blue and grey in colour. Cardstock is lovely, really nice thick cardstock. No intention of edging the deck, because the way they've edged it, they almost look white anyway. And there's so much white space on these cards. I won't want it any other colours. I see a Hadrosaur dinosaur. I don't even know what a hadrosaur is. Funny story to cheer us up. Princess of Stratford-upon-Avon came in last night and put a live mouse in my bed. Okay. Right. So the cards are not numbered either, which is quite interesting, but numbers do appear every so often as part of the design, but they just have titles. They don't have numbers. And I mentioned cardstock, nice, heavy. It is a heavy deck, but it's quite flexible as well. But it is quite a solid, chunky, heavy deck. I like the feel of a heavy deck in my hands. I don't know if anybody else does, but Simon's look was classic. I'm paused. Oh, I thought I was frozen, but it got paused on my iPad. Okay. Also about the cardstock, it is smooth, low gloss. Of course, I can only comment on the first printing of this. Now that they're thinner, and I don't know if they're the same, and if anybody else is in the chat and you've got a more modern deck with a coloured book and hard box, you might be able to say, but it's like a low gloss and a nice print finish. Really like them. Okay, so the artwork is very detailed. It's very intricate. There's the difference between this and something. It's gone right out of my head. The name of the deck that I did a throwback on recently, where there's a Czech version of it as well. I just want to keep saying Linestrider now. Shadowscapes. The difference is the Shadowscapes deck is also very intricate, but there's a lot happening in there. Because this is quite minimal, it's intricate, it's soft, beautiful use of watercolour and pencil. It's a combination of watercolour and pencil, but it's really, really nice. Lots of fine line work as well. And like I said, lots of white space. I'm just looking for comments as well. Yeah, and then I just written down that I'm not, personally speaking, I wouldn't say that this is, even though it's quite simple, I wouldn't say it was necessarily a good beginner's deck. I would, of course, advocate starting off with something like an RWS first to learn the system. You know, it's a lot, you know, to see something like that and say that that's the Hermit. You know, could be quite challenging for some people. Okay, so are we ready to have a look at the cards? Any final questions on the book or the box? Simon, does it feel like Darkness of Light tarot stock? Yes, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's almost like, not cardboardy because it's got that sheen, but yes, I think it does, from memory. Shadowscapes, yes, that's the deck I was trying to think of. Simon, your face speaking about the mouse. I just spat out my coffee. It was just so random. Watch out for the voles during their mating season. What are you all on? Are you all getting cabin fever or something? Is that what this is? Glue ribbon. Yeah, you could glue ribbon, but I think I might just replace. Whilst it's pretty inexpensive at the moment. Okay. Dear Simon and Becca, you are performing a great international service. This should be noted. Oh, bless you. But I'm here every Thursday. But I know what you're saying. And thank you. So yeah, the Fool. I really like the Fool. So we don't have the little dog, but instead we have a bird, which kind of illustrates that, you know, that leaping, that flying off into the unknown on a journey. You know, he's got his staff. There's the feather in his cap, which nods to the RWS as well. Well, not just the RWS, but the one that we used to see him. I'm seeing comments there before they appear here, but I don't know why this seems to be delayed. Things are a little crazy in Seattle, honestly. Wow. Yeah, I think they're a little bit crazy everywhere. Love the Magician card. So we've got a monkey here. And at first, you know, you think, oh, it's like a street performing monkey doing tricks and things, but it's not. Like I said, the animals in this deck are really empowered. And we've got things that we're used to seeing. You know, we've got the as above, so below. He's holding the wand up to the heavens. We've got the lemniscate. We've got all the tools. You know, there's the pentacle, and it's really lovely. So, like I say, the animals in this deck tend to be wise and clever. Simon, your preference, Linestrider or Otherkin? Oh, probably Linestrider, because I'm more familiar with it because I've had it for longer. I do really like the Otherkin tarot, but I like the balance of this, of having humans and animals. It's really nice. One of my favourite cards is the High Priestess. Look how beautiful she is. I love the red as well, and the red when it appears in this deck is so vibrant. But I like her horns. She's got a little, it's the detail, look, she's got a little ankh around her neck. She's got the crescent moon here, flowers, just really beautiful. The Empress, so feminine. You know, the Empress, the archetype is that of femininity anyway, and yeah, it's really, really beautiful. Oh, we've got this, it's like a lioness, isn't it? Here too. Beautiful flowers and use of colour. I love the Emperor because I love the use of red in this. Look how vibrant the red is. And that gives that sort of fiery energy, that powerful Emperor vibe. Like the crown. Really nice. The Hierophant is one of my favourite Hierophant cards. I love the purple. And this is what I was on about earlier when I drew this card this morning. I've been reading the book as well just to see what the interpretations are, to see if there's any difference. But again, we've got a bear here. Some people have been put off by the fact that there's no eyeballs, but I really like that. It's kind of like, I don't know, there's just that sort of, you can look into it more. But there are many threes within the card. So there's like 3 fingers. There's 3 little symbols here, which is for fire. I have to look at my arm then. I've got my symbols mixed up. Water, earth, fire, air. Yeah, it is fire. They're looking upwards. Below it, there's 3 little circles. These make the number 3 on the keys. Really gorgeous, lovely card. The cross keys as well, you know, representing balance again between the conscious and the unconscious worlds. Those two coming together, which is really lovely. I love the fact that the bear is that symbol of strength as well. The Lovers is really nice. So they look like herons. I should really look that up in the book, but two beautiful birds. And look, the nod to kind of Adam and Eve. You've got the apple with the serpent wrapped around them. Chariot. Really interesting. Both looking in different directions. But almost like so ethereal. You know, you can see the arm through the horse. Like it's transparent on that side. And there's so much detail in there as well. You can see the Cancer sign there. Again, association. So if we look at the Chariot card here, and we look at the correspondences, yeah, astrology is Cancer and Sagittarius. Number 7, associated plants is cypress and St. John's wort and iris. And it says this is a strong card full of symbolism and the dynamics of victory, will and sacrifice. The square at the base of the drawing signifies earth. Oh, and every time she draws a square, it signifies earth. A sign of strength and will. Within it is the astrological symbol for Cancer, the sign associated with the card. So yeah, and then she talks about she talks about every symbol in it. So then she goes on to talk about the crown, etc. Strength is gorgeous. You've got this lion and lioness, and the female again looking quite wistful, whereas the lioness is really strong and courageous. Beautiful deck to use for tattoos, yeah. The Hermit is, you really have to study the image, and this is probably where the app comes in as well to get it on a nice big, if you've got like an iPad or something. But it's a bear, which, you know, a bear, if you think hibernation, the Hermit, but he's actually wounded as well. You can see his ribs showing here. Oh, the beautiful lantern. And the flowers representing the healing and the need to take care of yourself. What did I write? I wrote something here as well. Yeah, the bear signifying hibernation, the wounds, self-care, and self-care is needed and a time of healing. I never would have purchased this deck or the white space, I think, but my son brought it for me, and I'm glad I've got it, of course. Yeah. Well, it's always, when a deck is gifted or somebody buys you a deck, it just feels even more special, doesn't it? And not that I subscribe to that school of thought either, that you have to be gifted a tarot deck for your first deck. I don't agree, but it is always nice when you do receive one as a gift. The Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. So we've got the Torah wheel, we've got the astrological associations representing each of the elements. It means much more instantly, yeah. Justice. I really like. Again, this is where it really comes in, you know, with the white eyes, because it's almost like blind justice. And I love these splats, you know, it's in keeping with the backs. You know, it's almost like she did an ink splat and then made an image from it. Gifted decks are always extra special. So it's beautiful. So where I said that there's no numbers on the titles or anything, you see here we have the Libra sign for obviously justice, scales of justice, and then we have here the number 11. Again, RWS system. So we've got the X and the I for 11. I like that on the scales as well. We have a blue tiger for the Hanged Man. Wow. Really amazing. Ready to, you know, spring into action. Why was we wounded? Oh, and I see my name. I have always overlooked this one because I have the Lily White and it seemed similar in art style. How do you think they compare? Mendy, I see them as completely different. I've got Lily Black and Lily White, and they're nothing like this. I don't think. I would never have even thought to compare them. Clever hidden imagery. Yeah, there's lots of hidden imagery in this this deck. She said she painted him blue because it represented the suspended breath. And what did she say? And winter stillness, which I thought was lovely for the Hanged Man. Just gorgeous. And to turn him the right way up. Yeah, so really nice. The death card isn't RWS at all, but we often see schools as the death card, and I really like this. There is that balance here of dark and light, isn't there? Or light and shadow. And it's quite a busy card. There's a lot going on in here. But yeah, it just represents light and dark, old and new, things moving from one to the other. So the Temperance card is it's a nod to RWS, as you can see here. Again, we have that, that fire symbol. And it's Aphrodite, who was the daughter of Hermes. And who was it? Aphrodite, Hermes and Aphrodite. It would be, wouldn't it? Because that's where we got that. Now we don't use the word hermaphrodite, but because of Hermes and Aphrodite, and then their child was Aphrodite, I seem to recall. I hope she mentions it in the book. Let's have a look. Yes. So the Temperance card features a hermaphrodite angel, the child of Hermes and Aphrodite, indicating a balance between the genders. Yeah, and that balance being 1 foot on dry land, 1 foot in the water, etc. I mean, it's such a horrible word, we don't use it anymore over here. But going back into folklore, I suppose. I like the use of the pink as well. Yes, Melissa, hermaphrodite is the child of Hermes and Aphrodite. The Devil card. See what I mean? Look at the back. I love that. We've got the inverted pentacle or pentagram. We've got like the horned god or Kanunos or Baphomet. And look, they're bound. They're just bound at the waist. The rest of their bodies, their upper bodies and arms are free. So, gorgeous. Really nice card. One of my favourites. I think the artwork for this tower card is stunning. And this probably has to be my favourite tower card in any deck that I've got. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I love the Japanese architecture. And what I really appreciate is the fact that the people falling are in perspective, because we don't get that a lot with the Tower card. You get these huge people that could just like step off it if they wanted to. But yeah, it's really gorgeous. We've got the lightning here, look. That reminds me of when I was in Rome. So yeah, I really like that Tower card. Here's the star. Lots of cross-reference symbols here, because the star, you know, takes us back to temperance. We've also got like the Fool, you know, that sort of ethereal look of kind of being in between the two worlds, not fully illustrated. Kind of reminds me of the Spirited Away bathhouse at the top of it. Yeah, yes, from Studio Ghibli. Yeah, love the moon card. We've got everything here. We've got the moon, the two pillars. We've got the wolf and the dog. We've got the crustacean, the crayfish in that beautiful vivid red. Really nice moon card. For the sun, we have a sunflower, this beautiful sunflower. And then we've got these little creatures feasting on it as well. And I see a face in there, because I do see faces. But yeah, beautiful colours. Those little critters eating away, munching away. Cycle of life. Judgment is fantastic. Look at this card. Look at the Judgment card. And you know, it's about removing the mask. The mask isn't covering her face in its entirety. It's being removed. And just like, you know, we can't hide away. The mask has to be removed. Are they flowers that she's holding as well? Yeah. So she's got a trumpet. She's got lilies, these beautiful lilies, lilies, trumpet. But I love this mask. Really gorgeous. Reveal the mask, discard the mask, and reveal your true self. Out of focus. Is it out of focus? Is that better? And then we have the world. It's almost comic book. If you see the face, it's almost like a comic book illustration, this card. Oh, sorry, Claire. I can't really do much about it. It's just an iPhone I'm using. It's not one that has like an autofocus or anything. And it's dark now, so we're in light. I've got lights, but I don't know if that makes much of a difference. All good here, says Jackie. So many symbols in this as well. So we have, again, because it's the world card, like the wheel, we have the 4 astrological associations representing the suits, the elements. But you've got, you know, the little lemniscate here. You've got all different symbols throughout all of that busyness. Okay, so that's the majors. How are we? Oh, it's 1:45. So that's the majors. Let me have a sup of my coffee. That was more than a sup. That was a glug. So we'll go a little bit faster as we go to the minors. And the minors, they're just beautiful, really beautiful and simple. Here's our cups, our ace of cups. 2 of cups. 3. So I love the bit, because when I first looked at this and I thought, oh, they're gonna have animal associations for the minors, for the suits, but they don't, because we've gone from cats to dogs and then to humans. 4 of cups. Too much chatting. I missed my favourite card, the moon. I'm drawn to it. Oh, let me show you. Don't want you to miss it, because the moon is a beautiful card. Here's the moon, look. So we've got the moon, the towers, the wolf, the dog, the crayfish. Really lovely. Here's one for Becca. The 5 of cups. It's a beautiful owl. Six. 7. You're welcome, Juliet. 8. And this is one that's on the back of the box, which is gorgeous. Ah, says Becca. 10. It's so delicate. Look at the colours and the line work in that. Isn't it beautiful? And someone said about tattoo art, you can really see that with something like this, couldn't you? Page. Knight. Queen. And I love this king. You only see part of the face, but look. It's like a sculpture, isn't it? And then we have our wands. Love the 2 of wands. We've got a hare and it's got the world. You know, we had this as the card on Saturday for the week ahead, didn't we? When we did catch up in cards and we talked about everything that was happening in the world. But I love this version. Look, it's still got the world by his hands and the 2 wands behind. Oh, that's nice, Claire. I really have grown to care and love you all. Right back at you. Louis just walked in, sat on my lap, broke winged, and then left. That's Louis. You won't get that from Mabel. Just saying. She'd stick around and do more just to make you suffer. What a cheek. There's the 7 of wands. Now, at first I thought this was blood splats, but they're not, so we're all right. We've got that fast, swift movement with the 8 of wands, but these are like little, they're not blood splats, look, they're like little petals. Too precious. I love that. Look at that. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the personification of animals and dressing them up. But I do. There's something quite Victorian and vintage about it. That's why I'm really looking forward to Fantastical Menagerie. But I really like that dude. The Cunning Fox. And the heavy burden of the 10 of Wands, look. Don't look that much of a heavy burden. I know she kind of sat down. And that looks like an angel appearing. Handsome Fox, yeah. Page. Yeah, Sandra likes dressed up animals too. Green. King. And then we go into swords. How are we for time? 10 minutes. Did you hear that? That's my neighbour. 3 of Swords. It's silent. The city is silent. Don't know if you saw the video uploaded a couple of hours ago. I walk around the city today, but the night times are weird because it's just, the silence is deafening. It's weird. Probably get a load of sirens going off now I've said that. I love that. I'd love this as a piece of art. I mean, I've always loved the Six of Swords, you know, the boat journey. But I think this is just beautiful. And look at the buildings in the distance that they're going towards. Stunning card. Simon, your drilling neighbour. No, the one facing me, not the one next to me. There's 4 of us up here at the top. I like the 8 as well. What a great interpretation. She reminds me of Marilyn Monroe. But, you know, the blindfold. And then you get the same idea here because it's like a tangled maze. Nine. And then we have our page. The Knight. Beautiful Queen. Lovely card. Although, you know, the use of colour for like pinks for girls, blues for boys, which is a bit off, but Hermit's Cave, it's a quiet day night here in Maui. Is that how I say it? Maui? It's eerie when there used to be so many tourists here on holiday. I know. It is really strange. Oh, little rabbit for the Ace of Pentacles. I love the Pentacle suit in this deck. Here we have that balance, the juggling. I love the drawings of the water effect, so simple and beautiful. They are. Look, I love this one as well. And there's lots of plant life, you know, you've got, again, this is what she was talking about with the Hierophant card with the number 3s. It signifies, I perhaps should have said when I was at the Hierophant card, but mastery over the 3 worlds. There's our 9. The bird is an owl. It's really beautiful. Love the 10. You know, that family scene with the old man with his faithful dogs. Look at the pencil drawing in the background. page. Knight. And we have a queen that's just beautiful. Look, she's just holding that rabbit. Oh, stunning. And then the king is a wise owl. So there we are, guys. That is the Linestrider Tarot by Shiloh Thompson. What do you think? I mean, it's an old, well, I say it's an old one. It's only 4 years old, but it seems like one of the old staple decks, doesn't it? That lots of people seem to have in their collection. We are so lucky you are here tonight to remember the beauty of tarot. That's what it's all about, to enjoy tarot decks, new and old, you know. We do so many unboxings and things, but it's nice to revisit some old favourites, isn't it? Very nice. I love it. Do you have it, Sandra? The art is lovely, but Linestrider isn't pulling on me. Love the King of Swords. I bought it as I like it. Yeah, it's nice. Beautiful artwork. I never tire of looking at beautiful decks. And I like the deck, says Stephen. Oh, hello, Stephen. Personally, I think it is beautiful. Hi, Elaine. I'm saying hello to people now at the end, aren't I? Mendy's ordered it. Yes, the older version like yours, Simon. Hi, Jessie. How you doing? Nice artwork, says Jackie. Okay, I've got a couple of minutes left, so let's talk about next week's choices then. So we're starting with a clean slate. Jonathan says, I've never wanted this because of all the white space, but now I have a new appreciation for the deck. Thanks so much. You're welcome. And yeah, she's got a very particular art style, and I like that. You know, it's a bit like Patrick Valenza, isn't it? You know what you're getting with that artist deck. It doesn't ever change. And yeah, like I said, I'm not really big into Oracle, he says, with like 70 odd decks, but compared to Tarot, so I never really got the Oracle one, the Hedge-Rich Botanical. And again, because I'm not really into botanics, but I really had to get other kin because I loved the Linestrider so much. So next week's choices are Ethereal Visions or Llewellyn Tarot. So Ethereal Visions or Llewellyn Tarot will be the choice for next week. And because we're starting afresh, whichever one wins, the other one that doesn't will go up again against another deck for the week after. All right, and I meant to say, this is the 26th Throwback Thursday, which is exactly 6 months, but it's not, it's longer. It's 7 months since we've been doing them because I took a month pause through December, if you remember, because there was a lot happening on the build up to Christmas. So 7 months of doing Throwback Thursday, and this is the 26th one. So yay, halfway there. Oh, they are both great decks. Yeah. Did Jessie ever get her deck back? Yes. It's crossed the line again, but if you are watching, guys, I think there's 4 days left on the Kickstarter campaign. She had a super backer who we think just did it to be cruel because didn't leave full name or information, pulled out a couple of days after doing it, and it took her back below. We had a bit of a rally round last night, and she's crossed the line again, but she'd already hit her first stretch goal, and she's already put the order in for that stretch goal. So if you do want a new tarot deck in a few months' time, then the Crystal Skull Tarot is on Kickstarter at the moment, and I'm sure Jessie would appreciate all of your support. Those are the bells. So it's 9 o'clock. I'm going to head off. Hope to see you all over in Becca's chat. And thank you for being here. I love doing Throwback Thursday. See you Saturday for a cup of catch-up in cards if not before. Depends if a little deck comes tomorrow that I'm expecting. Take care, guys, and until next time, go in peace, stay safe, namaste, and blessed be.